That's exactly what I did in front of the Board of Supervisors at a presentation that was made by Leo Rivera. Remember him? Yeah, and the chairman was a guy named Merkins. And very rudely, he stopped him from talking. He says, "That's enough, go sit down." And in an instant, my blood just boiled. And I got up and I walked up and I said, "Hey, let him finish talking. You're the representatives of the people. These are the people. He's one of the people and he's making a presentation, and don't be so rude." He says, "Be quiet or I will call the sheriff. I am the chairman of this board." I told him, "Not for long. You want to make sure that you're not there for long, and you go ahead and call the sheriff and have him take me to jail." And I turned around and I said, "Anybody want to join me? I'm going to go to jail," because I didn't want to give Leo the opportunity to talk. About 50 guys came. They all stood around, and then Sig Sanchez and Dan Mc Corquodale. Sig Sanchez first says, "Come on, Americans, knock it off. I mean, you're making a presentation. You should have let them finish talking." And Mc Corquodale says, "Yeah, I'm with you. You know, if we're not going to this the way this was supposed to be done for the people, then what the hell are we doing up here?" So and they scattered, and so we got what we were looking for. But when they said call the sheriff, maybe 10 or 15, some in plainclothes, and I went, I stood right beside him. "Go ahead, take me to jail." And it wasn't the next election. He lost bad, and after that, I think it was Sig Sanchez that took over. Sig Sanchez is also a very conservative Republican, but a good guy. Yeah, and he was the mayor, councilman, and mayor of Gilroy for a few years, and then he became a supervisor from that district. He was a supervisor for maybe 16 years, and now I think he's a member of the water district on Tony Estremera. And when I had some problems, county kind of stuff, I'd go to him and boom, he'd fix them up. When I was on the Highway Commission, we needed to finish off the 286-8101 interchange, and we needed to come from Cochran Road in Morgan Hill to Ford Road in San Jose with the new 101. So we had 7 members on the board on the Highway Commission board, and I got 3 of them to come with me on my side and made the motion to provide money for finishing the interchange at 101, 280, 680, and to provide the monies for finishing the highway from Cochran Road in Morgan Hill to Ford Road in San Jose. And with the 4 votes, we passed it. And when we were going to announce the passage, the meeting took place in Eureka. And I took up Dan Mc Corquodale, Janet Gray Hayes, Sig Sanchez. Norman Mineta at that time was already in Congress, so I got him to come to San Jose, and a friend of his flew him in a private plane to Eureka. Anyway, all 4 of them were there when I made the motion. Millions of dollars, and I didn't have enough in my pocket for a McDonald's hamburger. I made the motion for, I forget the amount, it was a huge amount, for finishing the interchange and for finishing and it passed 6 out of the 7 votes. That had been stalled for an awful long time, and right after it passed, immediately, Governor Brown was still in office. He's the one that made sure that the money was provided quickly. And the work was done in a pretty reasonable time. You know, that interchange has stood uncompleted for quite a long time. That's the time when Joe Colla put that car up there and took that picture with where we'll go from here. Joe Colla also a Republican conservative, but a good guy. He was a pharmacist. Had his pharmacy right there next to the Bank of San Jose and First and Santa Clara. And he was a councilman for quite a while. In the 60s, part of the 70s. And I also had good relationships with him. When we had anything that had to do with the city, I talked to the friendly council people, and then I talked to him. He was known as Mr. No, because everybody voted for, he voted no. Never won because he was the only no, but he was a kind of a good human being when it came to regular stuff. I remember somebody told me when he had his drugstore, an awful lot of the people that went with prescription slips for the drugs that they needed that didn't have no money, he just said, well, pay me when you can. There must be a lot of people out there owing them money.